It's definitely not human. I've never heard of such an animal. And no way it was a costume. It sounds crazy when you say it, but monster is the only word for it. But I don't think I'm crazy. It's not that I hate clothes, but this isn't the time or the place. There we go, some handgun bullets. Because we actually emptied our clip. So let's reload. Let's keep looking around. I can tell from here that it's dead. Should I call the police? Not like they'd believe me if I said somebody's been killed by a monster. It's a dressing room. I don't need to go in here. So from this point on, monsters are going to start showing up. I'm going to try to avoid... It's just a poster. Big deal. Something about this face. It's a little creepy. As I was saying about the monsters, I'm going to try to avoid fighting and killing as many of them as possible. Because that will affect the ending that you get. Nope, not going to hang out with the dog. Now, this Silent Hill has the fewest endings out of all of them. Okay, and here's the map. Like I was saying, this has the fewest endings of them all, at only 3. And one of them is the joke ending. I'm going to aim for one ending in particular, but we won't know for sure if we get it until we get to the end of the game. The locker door won't open. Guess I'll just leave it alone. Okay, well, if you take a look at this map, the only place we can go is to the stairwell. I'm also going to take my time, try to explore as many nooks and crannies as I can, so you can all see as much of the game as possible. Uh-oh. I pushed the button. The elevator won't come. Is it broken or something? Now you might be able to hear some noises. That's because our next monster has just shown up. That horrible little abomination is called a Numbody. And, well, they're kind of terrible looking. But thankfully they're not too fast. So we should be able to avoid them for the most part. We're going to be seeing a lot of them. Now, while, yeah, they're not too fast, they can be surprising. And that is one of the split-head dogs. He's got his interest on something on the ground until we got really close. Yeah, I think that took like something like 6 shots to put him down. And be careful. Even though it looks like he's dead, if you can still kick him, he's not done yet. There's lots of stuff, but none of it looks really useful. Now we can't get a good look at what he was chewing on the ground there, but we can pick up some beef jerky. The beef jerky is something we can use to lure monsters away from us. I usually don't use it too often, but I'll try using it once in a while if it strikes me. Alright, change now. Alright, so Heather is now wearing something a little different. Now she's got a tank top and some jeans, it looks like. Okay, a nice little storeroom. We can pick up some health drinks. There's also a save point. We should probably save sooner than later, but we're okay. Something's fallen between the table and the floor. I think it might be a key. If my arms were a little longer, I might be able to reach it. There's a huge pile of cardboard boxes on the table, full of books. It's way too much of a pain to move something that heavy. Okay, so let's remember that there's a key over here. Lock is broken. What a weird doorknob. I bet I could take it off. We got the beam saber. That's another extra weapon that we've unlocked. That's essentially just a lightsaber. It's a sword that's made out of a beam of intense light. I might play with it once in a while. We won't use it too often. Alright, Sunshine Princess. Uh-oh. Try to avoid that. Helen's Bakery. And looky here, a pair of tongs. That's not the only thing of value here. You can see that Heather's looking at other stuff. Looky here. A flamethrower. There's a flyer. Crispy Toasted Dead, right to your very door. Everything's on sale. Helen's Bakery. So yeah, the flamethrower is another extra weapon that we've unlocked because we've beaten the game before. And I think that's everything in here. So we got a pair of tongs. And tongs are useful for reaching things. Oh! Careful of the numb body. So, go over here to the tongs. It's a big pair of tweezer-like tongs for grabbing bread. We're also going to use them to grab keys. You can see Heather's costume is even changed in the in-game cutscenes. Okay, key taken with tongs. Key was dropped in the storeroom. I used tongs to get it. There's a tag on the key that says, My Best Sellers. My Best Sellers. A bookstore key. So we'll keep our eyes open for a bookstore called My Best Sellers. And now, the hallway is full of numb bodies. Ow. Come on. See, I told you they can be deceptively quick. And that will happen a few times during the course of the game. As you progress, you may end up activating more monsters. Helen's Bakery. Some beauty store. Oh, No, no, no. Avoid you. Oh, there we go. My bestsellers. And there's some bullets. We'll take those. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Put these books out of order. It's locked. And there's a keypad. So we got our first clue for our first puzzle. We gotta put some books out of order. And look, there's a bunch of books here on the ground. Shakespeare Anthology 2, 3, 5, 1, and 4. So let's take a look at Shakespeare Anthology 1. It was on the floor at the bookstore. A Shakespeare book, just like it says. Well, if you examine it, it looks like there are some markings on the spine of the book. And the books are very interesting. Just the kind that I can buy anywhere. This is the only place where there's any room left. Should I just line up the books I picked up off the floor? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Where on the shelf will you place the book? Well, we have 5 spots in here that we can place it. Let's try in the middle. So we want to try to get these markings to line up. Now that kind of looks like a number 2. No. Try that again. Okay, you are probably at the end. No, I don't think you're at the end. You got a marking that looks like something. Although you do look like you're at the beginning. So what do you think? Maybe 6, 4, 2, 6, 4, 2, 1? Let's go give it a shot. So if we were playing on a higher or lower difficulty, the riddle to solve that would have been different. And the numbers would have also been different. In fact, I think the numbers are different each time you play, no matter what. So what do we say? 6, 2, 4, 1? No. 6, 4, 2, 1. There we go. Ooh, and who do we have here?
Hey, wait! What's going on? Where is everybody? Those weird monsters?
They have come to witness the beginning. The rebirth of paradise, despoiled by mankind.
What are you talking about?
Don't you know? Your power is needed.
How should I know?
I am Claudia.
So what?
Remember me, and your true self as well. Also, that which you must become. The one who will lead us to paradise with blood-stained hands.
Claudio, right? Did you do all this?
It was the hand of God.
Ooh, Heather doesn't like that.
Wait! I don't get it. What does she want me to remember?
Well, that's Claudia. She's another important NPC we'll be seeing a lot of. Lots of things posted on the bulletin board. Notice his schedule, stuff like that. I don't think they're important. There are a couple of doors back this way. Locker won't open. Well, there is a door behind us. Let's try that. Nope. Everything's broken. Silent Hill needs a locksmith. Oh, and actually, for those interested, we're not actually in the town of Silent Hill at the moment. That's not really giving anything away, but I figured I'd let you know. I got this kind of obsessiveness to check every door, even if I know the doors aren't going to open, just because I like to get the map filled out. Okay, we're taking the elevator. Now, if you played Silent Hill games before, you're aware that elevators are not always good things. Okay. There are no buttons for the elevator. That's not good. Radio? What's with that radio? A radio? What the hell is this doing falling down from the ceiling? Anyways, I guess that explains the static from just before. We're always picking up a static. I wonder if it's broken. Alright, so we've got our radio back. Oof, yeah.
Is this a dream? It's gotta be.
Congratulations, Heather. You're now in the flesh elevator.
Not even a kid could believe in this. But when am I going to wake up?
Oh, hello. Ow. Oh, there's two of them. Alright, well, I think we killed them. How are we doing on health? Alright, we're not so bad. When it starts turning red, that's when it's bad. Now, I may have mentioned to you before, is to make sure that they're dead. That's because if you can still kick them, they're not dead. So if you leave the area and come back, even if you thought they were dead, or even if they were dying, they'll be back up. And that's bad, and we want to avoid that. Now I can make out one of them way down here at the end of the hallway. Might be more. But there are a couple of rooms to check out over there. And we're going to try to explore all the nooks and crannies around here. That one took about 7 shots. You done? No, you're still not dead. How are we doing on ammunition? 2 shots left. Wonderful. Well, you know, if worst comes to worst, we do have a submachine gun with unlimited ammunition. That sounds like one of them is still up and about. Okay, there are a few rooms in front of us. Lots of howling and crying, too. Oh, some health drinks. We'll take that. Nothing else. An ampoule. Now, ampoules are something. They are the strongest healing items in the game. Just a romance novel. Nothing to bother with. Doesn't look like there's anything useful on the shelf. If I understand the way ampoules work, not only do they recover your health to full, but they also make you immune to harm for a little bit. Now that looks like a save point. And you know what I'm going to do? From now on, even if I'm not going to save, I will check out every save point. Because I'm pretty sure Heather has different dialogue each time she looks at one. It's like a magic circle I remember reading about in a book on black magic. Does it seem familiar because I read about it in that book? No, that's not it. It's not the book. It's from the altar. Altar? What am I thinking? Alright, let us save. Let's keep going. Now, it sure sounds like there are more dogs. It sounds like somebody's slobbering and chewing on something. Yeah, I can just make one out. I don't know, I might be able to walk by him. Nope. That one only took 6 shots. Now don't worry, eventually we will get a flashlight and it will be a little easier to see what's going on. Well, that's all our ammunition. Ooh, what was that? There's a ladder hanging halfway down from the ceiling. Even if I stand on the table and stretch my hands out, I can't reach it. If only I had something long to snag it. Alright, so let's remember that. There's a ladder over here. I hear a monster, and oh, I see a trio of them. Alright, let's try to run by them. Warning, when leaving the room, be sure to turn out the lights. It will be obvious if they are not switched off. Alright, let's get that first aid kit. Some handgun bullets. And you know what? Let's turn out the light. They asked nicely. Ooh. What do we have here? We have the flashlight. So now we can almost make out what we're doing. Although one of the drawbacks of having the flashlight is monsters can see us. So there will most certainly be times where I turn off the flashlight. It's full of filthy, muddy water. Looks like something's stopping it up. Will you remove the blockage? Of course we will.
Oh, forget it. This is way too gross. Who would even think of doing something so disgusting?
And there you go. That's one of the little Easter egg goodies you get if you have your Silent Hill 2 save along with this. Ooh, okay. Is someone actually in there? Hello? Ooh, it's soaking with blood, but there's no one here. Did someone just respond, or is it just me? Well, Heather, some questions are better left unanswered. This grate is broken, so we can probably go right under it. I hear some dogs. I also see a closer. Okay, keep running. There we go, we can go in there. And it looks like we may have made it back to that very first boutique that we found. A bulletproof vest. These clothes are awful dirty, and they're stained with blood splatters? They were like this before. What could have happened? So yeah, we picked up a bulletproof vest. Let's take a look at that. If I can find it. There we go. It's a heavy underjacket, but it should protect against a monster's attacks. The only problem I have is it's heavy and hard to move, so I'll run slower. Alright, so if we equip it, we're going to take less damage from enemies, but we're going to run noticeably slower. Well, maybe not too noticeably. And what do we have here? A hanger. For the time being, I would suggest keeping the... Oh, the lock is broken. I would suggest keeping the bulletproof vest on. It will help reduce damage from the enemies. And speaking of damage, how are we doing? We're doing alright. Got some more ammo. Alright, well, it looks like there's one door at the end of the hall. Or we can go back the way we came. We did pick up a hanger. Oh, hi guys. Yeah, you can see the dog can pretty much keep up with us. There aren't a lot of doors around here to check out. There are two closers coming. Let's see, I might be able to zoom past him. I guess the other one backed off. Am I going the right way? No. I'm going the wrong way. Alright, there's that ladder. Let's try the coat hanger. It's got a nice little hook on the end. And up we go.